Medical ethics is a set of moral principles that serve to guide how medical professionals act in confusing decision-making situations where conflicting ideas are in play. Ethics. I know we need to make money, but we can't lose sight of our ethics. Moral. A number of requirement in a partner is that they are a moral person. Serve. I don't need an expensive watch because my phone serves the same purpose. Here you've been served. Have you been served? We were served a beautiful wine with different kinds of delicious cheese at the restaurant. He served 7 years in prison for robbery. Mapo tofu has about 300 calories per serving. Act. Even when I'm stressed, I try to act calm so that others don't panic. Girls who act dumb so that they look cute are really scary. Sam is going to be the acting manager while Andrew is away. Confusing. What I just explained is pretty confusing, so I'll give you a moment to think about it. Wait, I'm confused. Can you explain that again? Decision. It was a really tough decision to make, but we decided to have the steak instead of the fish. Sorry, it always takes me forever to make a decision. I can't decide where to eat. I've decided to study abroad. I'm so I in in this indecisive indecisive indecisive. I'm so indecisive. Conflicting. My boyfriend and I have some conflicting opinions, but we agree on the important things. Enthusiasm. Euthanasia. Euthanasia. Is euthanasia legal in Japan? Death. It took me a while to get over the death of my dog, but I'm fine now. You scared me to death. You are deathly pale. My fridge just died, so I'm going to buy a new one tomorrow. My phone is dead, so I need to recharge the battery. Dignity. I respect this tennis player so much because even when he loses, he loses with dignity. You look so dignified in that cosplay coat dress. Termination. The termination of employment contract took ages. I heard some religions strictly prohibit terminating pregnancies. Ill. I'm a bit ill today, so I'm going to stay at home. Relieve. I'm going to have a few drinks after work today to relieve some stress. I'm relieved to hear that. Suffering. I think medical marijuana should be legal because it can ease the suffering of people who are dying in pain. I'm suffering from a few fever now, so I don't think I can make it tomorrow. My team suffered a massive defeat last night. Landmark. I think this has the potential to be a landmark case. The Pantheon is one of the most famous landmarks in Rome. Precedent. I'm sorry, I can't let you submit this assignment after the deadline because of the precedent it would set. A huge lightning bolt preceded the thunder, as well as I got a treatment as well as a haircut when I was at the hair salon. Code. I think the company didn't succeed because it didn't have a code of ethics. Your handwriting looks like some kind of secret code that nobody can read. Declaration. When was the American Declaration of Independence written? In 2003. The United States and its allies declared war on Iraq. You need to declare any food you have in your luggage when you arrive at the airport in Australia. Contribute. Contribute. I didn't know what Carl contributes exactly, but he's fun to have around. Steve has made a significant contribution to the creation of this beautiful building. Mold. I think I'll be able to mold you into a fantastic basketballer. How can I remove this ugly black mold from the wall? Exact. I can't remember Greg's exact words, but he said something about going shopping this weekend. This is exactly what I was after. Remain. Only two candidates remain, so I have a pretty good chance of winning this election. You need to mix in 1 cup of the chocolate now and keep anything remaining for the final step. Comprehensive. I've done some pretty comprehensive research into Frank's background, and some weird things caught my attention. How you can study for more than 8 hours a day is just beyond my comprehension. Fair. Bill Gates said life is not fair. Get used to it. So true. I think it's only fair that the girl pays half the cost on a date. What do you think? To be fair, you can't expect Kelly to get to like you if you never talk to her. Thank God, we have a fair number of volunteers today. I'm very confident that I passed the exam. The fairness of the election process is questionable. Relevant. I want to get a law degree, but I don't think it's really relevant to my job. Irrespective, irrespective of how busy you are, you should always be polite to customers. Background. Even though I have a background in engineering, I decided to work in marketing. Is it a good idea for my children or me to take a DNA test? I've heard that they are really good at detecting hidden diseases. After all, prevention is better than cure. True. They are useful in alerting us to defects in our DNA. Nonetheless, there are other issues that need to be considered. For example, if results indicate the presence of something chronic, could you bear that burden for the rest of your life? Having it potentially dictate or restrict your actions? That's a good point. I wouldn't want to be a slave to the results. I'd also want my children to undertake the assessment voluntarily. That way, they can keep the results confidential as well. I'm reluctant to make a recommendation, but I agree that you should spare them from making a decision until they are adults. Detect, cure. Prevention is better than cure. Alert, detect, nonetheless. Presence. China's presence in Africa has grown rapidly over the past decade. Chronic, beer, rest, restrict, slave, undertake, assessment, voluntary, confidential, reluctant, spare, adult. Just because they're adults doesn't mean they're smarter than you.